Good morning, everyone. I first want to thank Christy for all she's done this past year and throughout her time in this chamber profession. I've learned a lot from you, Christy, and everyone in this room has benefited from your leadership. So if you could, please give Christy another round of applause for her exceptional leadership over the past year as ACCE chair. Well, it's an exciting time at ACCE, and I enthusiastically accept this role as its chair. ACCE has meant a great deal to me throughout my chamber career. This marks my 16th ACCE convention. I remember attending my first one in Sacramento back in 2007. Now, as my grandmama would say, I was a lost ball in high weeds back then. So many new people who seemed to know everything about the chamber profession was there. I asked myself a lot of basic questions. Who do I know? Where do I start? Which workshops do I attend? And most importantly, where's the party? While attending my first convention, I learned that almost everyone in attendance had the same questions. We were all trying to find our way, not only for the convention, but more importantly, in our respective chamber journeys. And that's what this convention is all about. It's about meeting you wherever you may be in your journey and helping you find your way. Membership development was my maiden voyage in this profession, and it's where I learned that our best members don't just join, but they engage in their interests and their passions. My journey included active engagement with ACCE's Membership Development Division Peer Group, MDD, as we call it for short, where I interacted with some great minds like Kyle Sexton, Doug Hallman. Now, some of you on this room know Doug. You may not consider him a great mind. But he sure has been a big help to me throughout my chamber career. Ashley Atkins, Matt Pravarnik, and so many other professionals who were so generous with their time and subject matter expertise. And they didn't laugh too hard at my endless stream of stupid questions. And boy, I had a few of those. I've engaged with various ACCE peer groups over the years, and I recently chaired the Metro Cities Council. I'm a better manager and leader through my engagement with this group. And I don't know how the Greenville Chamber or our community could have survived and thrived through the pandemic, community and social unrest, and other challenges without the frequent meetings and interactions with those great minds. The chamber industry has provided me with a professional home, a place where I can leverage my strengths, my passions, and my interests to build better communities. I hope that you've also found a similar home in this profession. The past few years have been quite the whirlwind for all chambers and communities, and we've proven that chambers of commerce have the ability and capacity to be more agile. We adapted quickly to address big community challenges. We innovated our programs and services to meet the needs of our communities, and we identified new revenue streams to make our chambers more resilient and impactful. After all the disruption, it may be tempting to search for the comfort of a slower tempo, to revisit a more traditional program of work. But that's not our style. We don't sail our boats far inside the harbor bar. We prefer to go out where the big boats float, out on the deep where the great ones are. We fight for our businesses and our communities. We steer clear of that sheltered shore. Our chambers and our communities will continue to face challenges, and the pace of change is only going to increase. We must build on our momentum and continue to innovate. The good news is that through Sherry Ann's leadership, ACCE is here to help us captain our ships and lead our communities. And here are a few key priorities for the year ahead. We're going to modernize the Horizon Initiative and bring the chamber industry new thought leadership, original research, and practical tools to make your organizations more effective. We're going to launch a new suite of resources and services for those who serve on chamber boards of directors. It's crucial that we evolve our government structures to make them more agile and collaborative. We're going to continue to adapt and experiment with our in-person and on-demand professional development programming to meet the current and future needs of chamber leaders. We're going to develop a campaign to evaluate the chamber brand, help chambers do a better job telling their stories, and conduct a public opinion poll to highlight the power of the chamber brand. Sounds like a lot. While doing all of this, though, we'll deliver on these priorities and all ACCE initiatives through a lens of diversity, equity, and inclusion, understanding that even those organizations and communities that appear to be the most homogenous can benefit from more inclusive perspectives and practices. Thought I'd get an applause on that one. While you're here in Salt Lake City, I hope that you'll unplug from the office and find inspiration from our speakers, our partners, and your peers. You've all heard the term R&D, which in our profession does not mean research and development. It actually refers to our comfort with ripping off and deploying good ideas and successful initiatives from each other. I love R&D, and you will too, throughout the convention and beyond. Successful R&D will require that you do the following things this week. Interact with your colleagues and make new friends. Seek ideas and take a mountain of notes. Challenge yourself and position yourself to provide the catalytic leadership that your teams and communities sorely need and so richly deserve. And last, probably most importantly, have a lot of fun. Chamber R&D is not very scientific, but I'm proof that it's quite effective. Don't sell your craft far inside the harbor bar this week. Take it out on the deep and sail away with relationships and resources necessary to advance your organizations, your communities, and your career.